Welcome back to the podcast, Boys to Men podcast, a podcast we don't grow up boys for today, but men for tomorrow. And we are back on episode 5 of the podcast. This morning I am blessed, I'm honored to have my very first guest on the podcast. And for me it's a privilege to introduce him to you guys. You know, quick story, before the podcast even began, I earmarked this gentleman to say that he is someone that I look up to, that I would want to be on the podcast to share his knowledge and what he has experienced to our young viewers as well. And giving great pleasure this morning to welcome none other than Easy Taker, man.
First of all, thank you for the warm welcome, my brother. I really appreciate it. First and foremost, my name is Ndando Mateza. I am a son. I am a brother. You know, I am a very much follower and believer of our Lord Jesus Christ, and a fitness enthusiast as well. You know, I'd like to describe myself as that. You know, I'm a brother. I'm just a warm individual. I'd like to say. But yeah, bro, thank you.
He's trying to be very humble now, guys. Nando, he just completed the HYROX record time. Not only is he a hybrid athlete, he's also an influencer, content creator. I'll drop down his handles on TikTok and Instagram. You guys can follow his page.
Yeah,
he always posts out his gym and his 5K jogs. And he's also a model, guys. Nando Mateza. And just also quickly, we also have some female viewers and listeners. Are you single or you someone in the picture already? What's happening? What's happening?
For all the ladies, I'm very much unavailable.
Oh, okay.
Unavailable but single.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. But yeah, Nando, thank you for being here. And as I said, I look forward to just diving deeper into it. But before we get into this episode, our title today is confidence is built through discipline. And he's someone that I think is really disciplined. I fetched him now at the gym before we recorded the podcast, and he's someone, as he mentioned, he's very goal driven, and you know, anyone could have easily been like, nah man, it's a public holiday, it's very cloudy outside today, I could have easily just rest and wait for the podcast to be recorded. But what he does is he follows his day, disciplined, and now we are here recording the episode. But before we dive into the episode, we're gonna have a quick fire questions, and you know how it works. There's no time to think, bro. A question comes, you have to decide immediately which option you are. So we're on the quick fire segment of the podcast where I will be asking Nando quick fire questions, and he has to answer what he prefers, which option he prefers. It's only a few. Remember, it's quick fire. Leg day or chest day?
Leg day.
5K under 25 minutes or 3K under 15 minutes?
5K under 25.
Oh.
Okay.
Ice bath or cold shower?
Cold shower.
Instagram, TikTok?
Instagram.
Jamming alone or jamming with your friends?
Alone.
And then Boys Men podcast or Netflix?
Boys to Men podcast.
The only podcast that we have real talk, real conversations, where we grow boys and we try to teach them things that aren't spoken about. And this morning we're talking about discipline, and I told you guys in the previous episode my struggle with discipline in a personal aspect, where I have my goals in place, but there are times where I go through lapses of motivation, of discipline and concentration. And this afternoon we'll be talking about that, and Nando will be sharing in his personal life how he manages all that he has on his plate. Nando is studying at the moment, he's working, he has his personal life as well. So for me, I would just want for him to share a bit on that and how he fits all of his goals still within his busy schedule that he has. So I would ask you, Nando, off the bat, the word discipline, what does it mean to you? On a personal note.
On a personal note, bro, if I had to have like a synonym for discipline, I'd say it's alignment. You know, just aligning yourself to certain goals. Although alignment is always not perfect, but if you align yourself to certain goals that you've set for yourself, I feel like it creates structure, it creates flow. Of course, with discipline comes a lot of distraction as well, you know. So discipline for me is just a way of being able to sacrifice certain things and have a certain goal that you want to achieve, and knowing that the sacrifice that you're doing for that goal is going to obtain you that goal eventually.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, no, I do agree with you a lot on that. And sometimes we are so busy in lifestyle that you can get distracted in a say like, I have class, I have my personal work that I have to do, there's my family time.
Yeah.
So how do you fit all those things still in your life? Because let me ask you this rather. In your day, how does your typical day look like?
Oh, my typical day.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, like a day is never the same. For example,
Okay.
the days are never the same. But for me, it depends with my work schedule as well. You know, so I was working in retail recently, and the schedules you get sent weekly. So now you need to adjust a week before, knowing that okay, if I, for example, have an early session, I'll have to like have my runs on that day so that I can be able to go to work after that, and then still be able to come back home, you know, and then study as well. And, you know, all of those things. So I'll say, for example, let me say my day starts early. I'll have like to wake up at 5 a.m. And then from 5 a.m. to like 7 a.m. that's when I'm getting ready for work. Go to work from 8 until like, for example, 5. And then I'll go to gym after work, and then I'll wait for the like work transport.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so the work transport gets there at 8 when we close the stores and everything.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go to gym in that break, come back, and then, you know, go to work, go take the transport back home. And then after that, then it's me just sitting for that hour and 30 minutes reading through a certain chapter.
Sure.
You
But
know?
you still find ways to still
Incorporate
all
all
those
things
into your day.
during my day as well. Like for example, during my lunch, I'll just have my earphones in, and then I'll just listen to something that has to do with a certain chapter.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just constantly just staying around what I'm doing exactly. You know.
And that's why I say that it requires discipline to do that. You know, even in my day, I feel like I have too many things on my plate, and now I have to juggle all what I want to do into my day. Like I remember I would interview people on the train going to work as part of like at least I'm making content while I'm on my way to work at least. Instead of waiting when I come home and then I'll start my 5 to 9 as people call it these days. And it's not easy at times, and I think that's why for me I go through those lapses of motivation and discipline, because my day is too full and I'm like, I'd rather choose this over that, and which shouldn't be the case. Like you mentioned, now you finding gaps in between your days to do what you have planned for yourself. So I wanted to ask you, so how do you rely on motivation? Is it something that has always been there? Because there's two types. You get the internal and external motivation. Internal, it comes from within yourself, and then the external, maybe you have these goals that you want to achieve and you want to be at this place at that time. So in your life, you know, how do you rely on motivation? Is it something that comes natural for you, or what?
I try not to rely on motivation, to be honest, because motivation is only there for a certain.
It's fleeting,
amount of time. You know, motivation is only there for like that. For example, like that morning, you'll feel like, okay, cool.
Feeling through
I'm
Monday
feeling motivated,
morning,
you know.
Monday morning,
I'm feeling good now. I can probably just put in a jog before work or anything, and then Tuesday the exact same situation happens, and then you're just like, I did work yesterday, you know, might as well just rest in and all that. But having that consistency of being like, this is stuff that I need to do in order to become a better individual. So I think for me, wanting to become a better individual has always been my motivation.
Okay.
And I can look at things that I've done last year, for example, and be like, if I did that last year, like this year I need to top that. You know? So it's always an improvement,
That's
you know,
good.
for me. I think that's something that motivates me to be a better individual every single time.
So you're basically saying it comes down to identity. Like you're trying to be, you're not relying on New Year's days or Monday mornings to work on your goals. You are relying on, I want to be a better person, I want to be more disciplined, I want to be more improving from where I was last year. That's where basically I'm
becoming better, bro. That's what I'm always rooting for, and that becomes in everything. It doesn't only become on my fitness level or my emotional level. Every aspect of my life, spiritually, mentally, physically as well. I try to become a better individual for the future, you know, because I know that I've done all the work. So it's always going to be like, I'm trying to top that. I'm trying to top that, and trying to top what I have done, not what anyone else has done. You know, so everyone else's goals are very much valid, but I try not to align myself to them because I know where I come from. You know, I know at the end of the day the talks that I have with myself. And having that negative talks and all of that stuff is something that you don't want to be in. So I can look at the times that I had that negative talk and I'll be like, I'm having much more better conversations with myself now. You know, that's improvement. So it's the smallest things that matter, bro.
That's okay as you mentioned that, because for me, I see discipline as also how much you love yourself. You know, you love yourself so much that you would talk to yourself positively, and you know the goals that you have for yourself. So if I love myself, I would make sure that I go to the gym because I'm looking after my body. I'll read my word of God because I'm feeding my spirit. That's how much I love myself. Instead of doing things that you know not good for your soul, not good for your body. Because if you love yourself, why would you do things that's harmful to your body or harmful to your soul? Rather do things that will edify you and build you up to become a better person in the next 5 years, even the next day, even.
Definitely.
So
I think that's something that a lot of people tend to overlook, is that they look at the 5 years, but they don't look at how better can I be tomorrow. You know, there's so much ahead, but it takes just that one day, bro.
That's really true.
It takes that one day to break through.
For me, you know, I rely on motivation, like you say, it's not actually what you rely on. In my life, it's very quantity. I always look forward to the Mondays, like today's the first of the new month. So I see it as like it's new hope for me. I can rewrite this new month and look back at April and be like, okay, in April I didn't do this well, I didn't do that, so I can improve in this area. And then from today onwards, because it's a new month, I can start doing better. So you can incorporate both motivation and personal identity to becoming a better person.
True, bro.
I want to,
I was also going to mention, sorry to cut you off, but setting goals for yourself, bro. It doesn't need to be like obtainable goals. It could be goals that are within yourself as well. For example, being more responsive or being more available to people that are around you that you care about. You know, so it's those smallest things. I know those are things that I still need to work on. I'm holding myself accountable right over here. You know,
you guys already know.
You know, those are things that I want to work on myself on. You know, just being available and actually being present, bro. You know, be it's a friendship or whatever that is, family, just being there, bro.
That's
just being there, bro. You know, so those are things that I see. If you work on yourself and have that with the family or people closest to you, you can be able to distribute that to so many other things and improve, bro. You know?
So let me ask you then, so for me, balance is very important to balance things. In my life, when I try to think of myself and working on myself, it's always like, I have to do this, I must do this, I must do this. But then I still have a girlfriend that I need to make time for. For example, let's say now it's 8 o'clock in the evening, I can read a book, I can do an online course on how to trade, for example, but then now she wants to maybe video call with me. So I have to make time, sacrifice time to with my girlfriend, or with my family, I was with my dog. So there's still other people also that we have to interact with and be sociable with. So without us being an island, because no man is an island, you have to make time for people in your circle. So how do you manage that, man? Because if you spend too much time again with your friends and family, your goals will set So how do you go about still being disciplined and still being a sociable person? I feel like I struggle with that.
I would say, bro, it's just being there, you know. Let me break it down for you. I would say that it'll never like balance. Some part will always fall short. That's the reality. It will never balance. There's nothing like balance, my guy. But it's just being there and being present at that specific moment. If I'm doing this, making sure that I'm doing this at my fullest, so that when I say that I am working on certain things personally, they understand that you have something that's going on for yourself. But when you are available for them, you're available fully.
Yes.
So I was just saying, paying attention to every single thing and being present in whatever. Just being present, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's something that people try to overcomplicate in terms of, you know, sometimes you'll be working on things for yourself and now you have to attend it. Now you're not your full version of yourself. Now you feel like you could have been doing so much for yourself by being there. But if they understand where you're heading to and you actually emphasize and let them know that this is things that I want to work on and this is my goal, they will literally understand that, okay, cool, even if she's on a video call with you, she's on a video call with you while you're doing something.
Yeah,
you know? So I'd say that's something that's important, bro.
Yeah. As an example, I'm not saying that my girlfriend actually I don't have time for. Just a disclaimer. As an example, yeah, but I agree with what you're saying 100%, and especially us as men that want better for ourselves, that want to climb the ladder and work on ourselves while also maintaining our relationships also with family or our partners or whatever the case may be. I want to ask you also, surely like there are days where you like, nah, I don't want to do this, I don't want to train now.
Yeah, bro.
Winter, it's pouring outside,
Bro.
we had a late shift at work, retail, or whatever the case, you're not feeling well. On those days where you feel like you don't want to do anything, what do you do on those kind of days?
On those days, bro, to be honest, I really try to listen to my bodies first of all. You know, so I try to manage myself like in a way of I try not to do too much. You know, I do something, but it's not too much. You know, to the point where I am now out. You know, I can't.
In a general aspect, not only gym, but in a general aspect, whether it's your emotional, spiritual, you still try and do something. But
I try to do something. For example, if I'm not reading a word, for example, I would like to listen to something that's around the word. You know, if it's music, whatever it is, I just try to feed my spirit or emotionally try to be available for myself. You know, and understand that, okay, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this?
Yeah.
What is triggering this? You know, so there's so many other things that you can basically look at as an individual so that you can become a person that's like not drained. You know, so that like for example, one thing I'd say I incorporated within my life last year, for example, was therapy.
Yeah, therapy.
Therapy, bro.
That's the first time I ever heard someone that goes for therapy.
And to be honest, the mindset I had around therapy was very much complacent. I would say it was very narrow-minded. I was like, why are people going to therapy? Like, so certain people do certain things and then they end up going to therapy and just like, you know, now you're expecting another person to take your life, you know, and all that stuff. But to be honest, it opened up so much for me, bro. I think as well as I can be by myself, but that assisted me in so many other things as well. Because you try to look, or you try to basically, as an individual, go to therapy or look for recovery or whatever aspect it is when you have, or when you feel a certain way.
True.
You know, like you when you fall into sin, you try to repent.
Yes.
You know, but you know that is sin, for example. Why not try to move away from it?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like that, bro. There's a lot of things that it opened my mind towards, especially about myself. And I think the goal that I set within therapy is something that I aligned in the beginning with my therapist. I try to make sure that this is not where I'm going to be hearing sub stories about myself. I told him bro, I'm not here to be told that I am a strong person and all of that. So yeah, I was just like, I'm trying to become a better individual. And if you're going to tell me stories about this is what I feel and everything, it's not going to help me. So setting that boundary or setting that alignment, I think that's also something that they first were shocked towards, you know, because most or some therapists have a certain routine. You know, they ask you questions and all that stuff. But breaking that and actually making that alignment of, I'm trying to become a better individual. So I don't have time, respectfully.
Yes.
I don't have time to be looking back.
Uh,
I just want to see where I'm at the moment, and then head forward. Going forward, what can I incorporate into
yeah.
my life?
No, I'm proud of you on that step that you're taking, because I feel like there's this negative like stigma around therapy. I don't know why, especially as a guy, to open up and to go there, and whatever you going for therapy for, I also encourage it. I feel like sometimes we just to get someone to listen to you, or someone that can just even be there, be present, like you mentioned.
True, bro.
For me, I always I'm also a Christian, and for me therapy would look something like going to God and praying and being in His Word, or even sport wise, going for a jog or whatever, physically, to get myself to not think about it. But I can see even in a way is that the healthiest, because now you're just trying to like not look at the problem, but the problem will still be there.
It will still be there.
It will still be there, but now you're just going for a jog to just clear your mind. But it doesn't help you like long term with things. But I'm proud of the step you're taking now to seek that, and I hope that the goal you have with your therapist, that you will actually always pursue it, and that you will reach it, my brother.
Definitely.
What sacrifices did you have to make in order to stay disciplined in your life?
I'd say not submitting to my thoughts, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, not submitting to my thoughts, because it's so easy to fall under the trap of negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Bro.
We do it so much. We do it so many times.
You fall short in so many things, where you talk yourself out of so many things, or so many opportunities, where you just like, yeah, even when the opportunity passed, you're just like, yeah, but that wasn't for me.
No.
You're like, nah, that wasn't for me. I shouldn't have done that. And it's valid that I didn't, because I could have done so many other things and all that stuff. But then you look at yourself, and you just eventually go down the line just like, but yeah, I actually should have. You know, it's so it's not submitting to my thoughts, bro. For example, HYROX, you know?
Yeah.
That is something that I always had in the back of my mind from last year. I was just like, I want to do this once in my life. Like, I want to do it eventually, you know, when I'm probably like 25 or something.
Yes.
Before I get to my 30s, it's something that I want to do, you know. And then I didn't actually know the costs that come with it.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah. So the costs that come with doing the HYROX, and you're just like, oh. And then it's so easy to make that, I'm not there financially, you know, all of that stuff. But making that sacrifice of being like, I'm going to do something that I've once set as a goal, and I'm actually going to do it. And I'm actually going to prepare to do it. You know, it's just breaking that barrier and actually just diving into the thing. You know, so I'd say that's something that makes me, or that helps me within my personal life, to not submit to certain thoughts that I have, or what people would say.
Yeah, it's very true.
You know, so yeah.
Even the cost you're mentioning now, there's two aspects to it. There's the physical, there's the financial, actually you're paying to do it, and also the cost of doing the work, going to the gym, eating the correct food, going on your runs. That's also the cost that you had to do in order for you to get to the peak fitness level of being in the HYROX. Because you can do HYROX, but is HYROX doing you, or you?
Yeah, true.
I saw people. I saw people that were there. But I love that aspect of it, man, because you and your partner, your friend, I think friendship is a very important aspect, because they help you through these difficult hardships in life and things.
Exactly.
But tell us, how was that experience, man? Like, how was it?
Bro, it was so eye-opening. It made me realize, first of all, the importance of brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you think that the people that are in your life are not rooting for you as much as you're rooting for them. You know, but when you see another individual actually like want you to see, like once you
also came to come support you also.
Yeah, bro. Like when you see someone actually see that spark in you as well, and he actually like tries to lit it up, even if you're feeling like I'm dying in the station or anything, you know, and he's just like staying there, and he's like, bro, we in this, stay in it, you know. So it's first of all, it opened my eyes a lot on brotherhood, and just having that support, man. There's nothing like that support, bro. Trust me, bro. Just hearing your name get screamed on the side,
it helps you,
bro. It really does. It really
even
does.
just a message from someone like, I'm rooting for you, keep
Bro.
going. Like I'm checking in on you. Is everything okay?
You know,
Just that small gesture does help someone.
it really does, bro.
Uh,
And there was times like before the event. I think you also were one of the individuals that were like, "Hey, bro, good luck," you know, and everything. And I was just like, yeah, man, like you paying attention. Like I didn't know that you're paying attention like that, bro. But I really appreciated it, and I wasn't expecting it from some people that are also within my life. I was just like, oh, they're actually paying attention. They probably know also how difficult it is to prepare for that.
True.
You know, and then going there and just smashing it. It just, yeah, man.
No, I'm proud of you. And he's also going to partake in the next HYROX, which will happen in August.
In August, yeah.
Yeah, so you have a few months now
To prep, you know. So yeah, bro, I'm starting the actual prep in June. It's gonna be hectic because it's cold and
yeah. It's a different
you know.
challenge, yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, man, too many more, bro.
It ties probably into our next question that I want to ask you with regards to how do you think someone's environment or their friend circle influences their discipline?
Yeah.
Obviously you had your training partner that you had now, but let's get from a broader aspect with regards to anything in life, not just pertaining to discipline, but also choices you make in your life. How do you think how important is the environment for someone with regards to discipline?
Yeah, I would say, bro.
Or is it a personal thing, or is it is it like a large influence from other outside people? What do you think?
I would say, bro, being selective and not being scared of being selective with the people that are around your circle. It's like you can literally choose who to take information from. You know, like you have your favorite celebrity, you have your favorite influencer. You know, you have people that if you were to be asked about certain things, you'd know who to go to for this. You know, so it works like that in your personal life as well. And in order for you to be a better person, the people around you need to be doing things for themselves as well. You know, it doesn't need to be in a fitness aspect as well.
True.
It could be a person that's doing better within their career. You know, they
that you aspire.
yeah, to be like, bro, and having like the circle where everyone is improving and everyone is like equally yoked. It's very much important, bro. Because on days where you feel like, you know, this is not something I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, for example, since you're on the line of fitness, he'll send me a 5K and be like, oh, I done a 5K, how about you? Yeah, then you like, I need to do something.
One time you challenged me to that push-up thing.
Yeah.
But that does help you because
Yeah.
that competition, like as guys, we like that, man.
Oh,
It keeps us also like, okay, he ran at 22 minutes, I must run 21 minutes.
Iron sharpens iron, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so it really works like that. You cannot be around people that are moving and not moving. I kid you not, bro. You cannot be it about their career or anything. If they're doing something to get better every single day, you are going to move, bro. Because you're going to see yourself around them once upon a time or once in a lifetime, and you're going to be like, they actually made that decisions earlier on, and I'm sitting here like, and they're achieving, but I'm still part of their circle, but they have achieved so many other things, and now it keeps you in this state of like,
it's crazy. Let's ask you, do you have any siblings?
oh yes, I do, bro. I have a younger sister and an older brother.
Are you in the middle?
Yeah. I'm in the middle.
How old is your brother?
So my brother is turning 32 this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And you're turning 24?
I'm turning 23.
23.
Yeah. My younger sister is 18 this year.
Oh yes, I saw on your page. So in that family setup, your dad, for example, how in my life, I'm going through this study that I'm currently conducting. I'm doing a study with regards to fatherhood. Since it's boys to men, you know, we're transitioning from being a boy to a man, and I do feel like I've seen personal examples of how an absent father, what effect it has not only the guy, also on the daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to have a father who's present in my life, who can show me the way forward, who gives me advice, who I can see his work ethic from, and I can also determine how I am to this day. So in your life, has your dad influenced your work ethic, your mindset in your life?
Yeah, definitely, bro. The reason why I'm this active individual is my dad.
Yeah.
You know, my dad still do like, yeah, man, that man is a machine, bro. I think the reason why I take so much care of my physical well-being is because of my dad. You know, and when he mentions stories about like when he was in his peak, you know, in terms of fitness, was during the time that I was about to arrive.
Oh.
You know, which makes sense, and I was just like,
Yeah.
it makes so much sense. But yeah, man, in terms of aligning myself and seeing how to basically keep myself as a healthy individual, I'd say it comes a lot from my dad. My dad has inducted fitness or physical well-being within our siblings since a young age. We grew up in the gym.
Sure.
I remember there was times there where like my sister was still young and I was still young to be in the gym, and we'd be at the kids section, you know, and I'd get so irritated because I want to do the work with him, you know. So growing up around the gym is something that my dad has always instilled within us, and when you see him, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I'd say, and it like you'll let me know, bro, that the gym does not only teach you things about your physical
just gonna
self.
say now.
It teaches you about life as well.
Yo.
Life will get heavy, bro. Life will get heavy, but you being able to push through and actually finishing that and having that satisfaction of I've done that. You know, so he takes a lot of the lessons within life, and I still aspire to be on a certain level that he is in, because my dad wakes up mad early. I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person whatsoever, bro. But my dad will wake up, for example, 4 a.m., 5:30 latest. He'll go to the gym first thing in the morning. Till this day, he'll literally drive to gym back to Kills River. So that, and he mentions that as his therapy. You know, he's like, I'm going to therapy. He never says like I'm going to gym. He's like, I'm going to therapy, and it makes sense eventually.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
I agree with that section that you mentioned now, that the gym will teach you life lessons also. I'm big now on compound interest, and the work you put in, you don't see it now. Like, people want to have quick fixes. But the gym is something that is it prolongs. So you have to be there for, out of in a week, maybe 5 days, consistently. Every day you're there working your muscle groups and stuff.
True, bro.
So when I see someone, even your physique, I saw, like, because I've been following you now since school days.
Yeah.
And to see the growth in how you matured, like, the transition that happened in your life, it's really admirable, man. And that comes from discipline throughout the years. And keep going, my brother. You know, I never told you this before, but I do watch your videos and I see, this guy is running, he's working out. I'm not doing anything. So that's still, not only myself, I'm sure your other followers that follows you as well. They like look at you and then they see the content post. Because I always wonder, why do people post their workouts? Why do they post their Strava times or whatever? But me watching it from the other side, I'm like, I'm inspired by him, because I'm not doing anything, and now seeing someone motivating youngsters to go out there, work on your body, get disciplined in your life, and you will reap the rewards. So keep on doing it, my brother.
I appreciate it, my brother. And you've mentioned something now about like compound interest, which is basically having the smallest things that will work on at the moment, and then it will compound eventually. You know, I think that's not something that you only take within your physical well-being, but you actually distribute everything in your life.
Yeah.
Because you can look physically all good, but your pockets are probably like,
or your mind is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I mean your pockets, I don't mean like your financial state. I mean how you use your financial state. You know, so some people will do certain things and they'll be outrageous, intrusive about it. You know, but not knowing that if you could sacrifice or have that, there's where discipline comes again.
Yeah.
You know,
that's someone that very honest, and your life, I get inspiration from it. And if you tell Nicholas you're not sharpening on this aspect, it will really speak to you. You say
yeah.
So to the listeners and to the viewers, you know, look at your circle. I mentioned on the third episode of your circle. And look who is in there to really, that you can say is really a friend that will get you to where you need to be and want to be, instead of people that are only there for the nice rides and for the fun times and things like that. Manando, to end over this question that I want to ask you is, what advice would you give to someone struggling with discipline?
That's someone that's struggling with discipline.
Even for myself, because at times I would be on it, then I'll go through a bit of a slump, and then I'll be on it again. How would you advise someone like that?
How bad do you want it, bro? That's the question. How bad do you want it? You know, and if you're not willing to sacrifice for it, bro, is it worth doing?
Yeah.
You know, if it's easy to do, are you actually like, what can I say, man? Someone who struggles with discipline, you probably don't want that goal as much as you say you think, or you think you want it.
Yeah.
You know,
because if you think that, if you wanted that much, why would you struggle? You would actually go out and do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, whether it's creating content, whether it's going to the gym, going for runs, whatever the case is in your goal, if you really want that particular goal, you're chasing it,
bro.
You're doing it, what needs to be done.
And being around like a person that will constantly challenge you is very important, bro. You know, like for example, sorry to run off your question that you asked, but there was a friend of mine, we've been friends like from primary school, right? And in the beginning of the year, I told him like, yeah, this is something I'm working towards, doing this HYROX and everything, you know, probably also like having a bit of content within, you know, doing it and everything. And he was like, so why don't you start? You know? And I was just like, oh, damn. I was like, oh, damn, bro. Yeah. He was like, why don't you start? You know? And he was like, you have a phone, right? And he was like, I was like, yeah, but I need a tripod and everything. You know, I was like,
just like that.
Bro, he was like, okay, cool, I'll get you a tripod tomorrow. Then start. Bro, I was just like, what the heck is going on, bro? But that made me click to myself that I'm making so many excuses, bro.
We do that on a
you know, life is getting busy. I'm working. I'm trying to also, you know, study at the same time. But it's getting so over-consuming or overwhelming that you try to make valid excuses, bro.
Yeah.
But I had to actually go after that day and be like, I actually don't want this as much as I say I do. I need to be honest with myself. I might be acting like this. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, as much as you view me as this disciplined individual and everything, I know how much better I can get. Yeah. So I know I'm grateful and everything, but I don't look at where I'm at as something that I can soothe myself on. Yeah. You know, and be like, I'm this disciplined. I can do so much more better. I can do so much more better. And I think it's because I have that burning desire of becoming a better individual.
Sure, I was going to say starts with that. Yeah.
You know? So a person who's struggling with discipline, you're probably not as honest as you should be to yourself. And you probably don't have people around you that can be able to hold you accountable. Yeah. So you'll be able to be like, I can't have so much goals for myself because people around me are not having that much done for themselves. So let me self-soothe in a way. You know, so it's this smaller stuff, bro. Yeah. It's really the small.
It ties perfectly into identity and your circle, because those two go hand in hand, and it also defines also how you are. And
yeah, don't be afraid to lose the people as well, because you will lose them once you start locking in.
Very true. Very true.
You know, there's certain people that you'll see that, oh yeah, I had to let go of that in order to become a better individual. It's painful. It's painful, but it has to happen eventually, bro. You know, so that could be family.
Eventually, what happens? It happens naturally. Also, you don't actually have to go there and cut them off physically, but you will just see the distance being created. They will even withdraw from you because you are constantly pursuing better, chasing better.
Exactly, bro.
But yeah, Nando, thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank you
for sharing your knowledge. And I learned a lot. I really enjoyed it. My first guest, you know, it's something. You know, it's nice, man. Because normally I would just be me talking and people watching, but for me to actually have a deeper conversation about the topic and just to like dive into it. Thank you for taking the time to come. Yeah. And I wish you all the best for your future. Starting a new job also now. Also interning and studying as well. So rather all of the best in your life. The HYROX preparations coming up. I'm looking forward to watching it on Instagram and TikTok. I'm gonna drop your handles down on the description of the video. People are free to welcome you and follow your journey as well. All of the best, bro. Really thank you for coming on the
Appreciate
podcast.
it. Thank you for having me.
Nah,
Sure, bro.